As it is now 7 o'clock, I would like to call the regular meeting of the Planning and Zoning Commission for September 25th to order with a roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Evans.
Here.
Commissioner Miller.
Here.
Commissioner Saborn, absent. Commissioner Svoboda.
Here.
Commissioner Straka.
Here.
Commissioner Weber, here. Chairperson Grund.
Here. First order of business today is approval of the minutes from the August 28th meeting. Upon review, are there any questions, edits, comments, et cetera?
I question the vote of 4-0 for the application. I don't know why that wasn't 5-0.
I'm sure Scott will check that. Any others?
Yes, on page 2, a top line, mentions Commissioner Evans, should be Commissioner Svoboda.
Anything else? With those revisions, Swoboda for Evans for sure, and then the vote, do I hear a motion to approve the minutes with those so noted notations for the August 28th meeting?
So moved.
Second.
Let's see, Commissioner Evans.
Aye.
Commissioner Miller.
Aye.
Commissioner Svoboda.
Aye.
Commissioner Straka.
Aye.
Commissioner Weber abstained, Chairperson Grund.
Aye. Assuming you are the applicants, the way this works is we are an advisory committee. We hear your case, we deliberate, we offer a vote at the end of the meeting, and then it goes to the village board after that, and they, generally speaking, take our deliberation in high regard, and but they have the final say. So if you haven't been with us before, this portion of the meeting is called public comment. Doesn't have anything to do with your case. If you want to air your dirty laundry, now's the time to do it. Anything from the commissioners? I have one, and I heard this from a couple of my colleagues when I walked in. Commissioner Evans talks a lot about, procedure and policy, and if you do it right and you go through it and you pay attention to all your, dot your i's and cross your t's, the system really works. And Bill's Place is a testimony to that.
Yep.
I mean, if anybody hasn't seen it yet or haven't been there, they did everything right. They came to us, they pushed a little bit, but not that much, and boy, the end product sure speaks for itself. So, we very often talk down about things and, why is this and why is that, but here's a good one. So congrats to Bill's Place and what they did there.
Agreed.
Anybody else? Public. You're the public now before we start your turn. Okay, great. That being said, on to new business. The first case and only case on the agenda tonight is public hearing for case number 2514, request for variations from section 62.17 to allow a 480 square foot detached garage that exceeds the maximum 440 square foot footage permitted in the zoning code and is set back 2 feet to the side lot rather than the minimum required 3 feet. And variation from section 62.7 to allow building coverage of approximately 48.8% rather than the maximum allowed by the zoning code of 35%, and to allow minimum green space of 35.47% rather than the minimum requirement of 40%. And section 62.453 to allow removal of a non-conforming structure to be replaced with a new structure that is also non-conforming under the current zoning ordinance.
Mr. Chairman?
Yes.
I think when I was late coming in, I was
Yep.
typing your script.
Okay,
I think I transposed the numbers. The coverage is 41.8,
okay,
not 48.8.
okay,
I
41.8.
probably typed it incorrectly. on
I
your script.
read it wrong. Not your mistake, my mistake. So this triggers a public hearing, so I will hear a motion to open that public hearing.
So moved.
Second. Commissioner Evans.
Aye.
Commissioner Miller.
Aye.
Commissioner Svoboda.
Aye.
Commissioner Straka.
Aye.
Commissioner Weber, aye. Chairperson Grund.
Aye. Applicants, you're first, so whoever's going to speak on your behalf, whether it be one or two or both of you, I need you to stand so I can swear you in, as this is a public hearing. You can stay right where you're at, just raise your right hand, and then repeat after me. I state your name. Swear the testimony I am about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Great, so the floor is going to be yours first, so when you come up to the mic, please speak clearly, state your name and address, and the floor is yours.
Jason Dolinsky, 4223 Deo, here in Brookfield. Appreciate your time, thanks for having us. So we are looking to build a new garage on our property. We have an existing two-car garage. It is small, it is very old, and we just want to, update it, basically knock it down, build a new one with slightly larger dimensions. We are seeking this variance in these sections here because the hardship that we're having is the size of our lot. It's a 25-foot wide lot, and it really, the realities of building a two-car garage on that lot is what sparks, all these nonconformities here. So that is what we're after.
Questions of the petitioner at this point? I only have one, because this will come up later. I didn't see any rain gutters on the garage, which it's not required. But if you do put them on the garage, you will hear from my colleagues that the water has to drain towards your yard, not to the alley.
Yeah, understood.
So, but there were no gutters, so we'll assume there won't be any gutters.
I have a question. I just want to confirm, are there any accessory structures like sheds on the property? I didn't see any. I just
No,
wanna
it's just
confirm.
the house and the current detached garage.
Okay, thank you.
Anything else? Okay, you can sit back down and then you'll be available for any other questions after staff's presentation.
Thank you.
You're welcome, thank you.
I can't be that brief, but I'll try. So, of course, this is our first slide that just goes through the variations that you had mentioned, Mr. Chairman. So let's do that. Here's the property surrounded on all sides by A1 single-family zoning district. All the lots are developed with single-family homes. Here's the front of the house and the back, the old garage that's there now. I always put this in, existing garage. This is the one you care about, the new garage, 2 feet rather than 3 feet, and the 480 square feet, slightly larger than the other one. They do have downspouts.
Oh,
They
do?
didn't
I
show
didn't
the
see it.
garage, they didn't show the gutters on the drawing, but I highlight them. They show the downspouts at the alley side, so
Okay.
they'll have to flip them and put them on the grass side.
Okay,
Here's the pretty garage without the gutter shown. And this is, the recap is in your staff report, just they meet, this, that, and the other thing, and then the 5 portions of the municipal code that they don't meet, the coverage, the green space, the setback, and the size of the garage, and then, of course, replacing a non-conforming structure with another non-conforming structure, all based on the property being so small. These, of course, the standards and variations that you're all familiar with. And again, recapping the request, we put the condition on the bottom there that they build it like Danley's plan, and then direct the downspouts away from the public alley. And that is all I have, Mr. Chairman.
questions of staff?
I have 2. Do we have any public comment for those not able to attend this evening?
I did not receive any public comment on this case.
Okay. And has a building permit already been submitted, or is this prior to, this request prior to
I
that?
think this was prior to, I think they asked and we said, no, you need a variation. No, they probably did request a variation. They probably did submit it. I'm trying to remember, but, didn't start to build it at all. But we did a look and said, you gotta come for a variation before we can proceed.
Okay.
Any other questions of staff? Actually, I forgot, I have one more question for the petitioner. You don't have to come to the mic. I did see where you shifted the garage so that you get 3 feet, I think on the south side. And I assume because there's an existing sidewalk on the side of the house. I assume that's so you can get to the alley, because you kind of can't now, because it's tight on both sides. So I think that's a smart idea to shift it a little bit north so that you can get access on the south, so. Other questions, comments? Okay. Thank you. Our turn to deliberate, and because the lawyer says we can't close the public hearing till we're done deliberating, that's a change in the procedure of the meeting now. So that's why I don't close the public hearing, because I was told not to. So, who wants to start?
I think we continue to have these concerns on non-conforming lots, 25-foot lots. We know they exist throughout the village. Eventually, they have to be improved by people that come in. The use has changed over time with garages and car sizes, and it makes sense to do this to improve the property. We'll continue to see these. I'd love to see it done through an administrative process rather than putting people through a petition process like this, but maybe that could not be done, although I do believe it could, for these small changes on the properties. So my only statements are those.
Anyone else? I did drive down the alley. I feel your pain. And there's very similar lot sizes on both sides of the alley, both sides of the street. So this is consistent with what other people have done or what's existing now. So I have no issue with it.
I think allowing these variances are a good idea. Otherwise, I can see where a person might decide not to stay in Brookfield. So this will be an improvement to the alley, to the neighborhood, and it's good to see people investing in their properties.
Agreed.
I agree. The lot itself is really the hardship. I personally have a 25-foot lot, and I can understand your struggles. And overall, I do think the standards, the 7 standards for granting the variance have been met. So,
And I agree with all the comments that have been made by the other commissioners.
Anything else? Who'd like to make a motion?
I move that we recommend for approval, case 2514.
We close after.
Oh, sorry, I gotta close the public hearing.
Look what he did.
Duh. Do I have a motion to close the public hearing?
So moved.
Second.
Who wins that tie?
Give us time.
Commissioner Evans,
Aye.
Commissioner Miller,
Aye.
Commissioner Svoboda,
aye.
Commissioner Straka,
Aye.
Commissioner Weber, aye. Chairperson Grund.
Aye. Now for the motion.
I make the motion that we recommend for approval, case 2514, considering the standards are met and including the conditions as presented by staff.
Second.
I'll second.
Oh, I moved.
There it is.
Commissioner Evans.
Aye.
Commissioner Miller,
Aye.
Commissioner Svoboda,
Aye.
Commissioner Straka,
Aye.
Commissioner Weber, aye. Chairperson Grund.
Aye. First step successful. Your meeting will be before the village board, as she so painstakingly looks. October 13th. That's when you go before the village board. They will give you final recommendation, hopefully, and you'll be good to go. Great, thank you. New business is completed. Other business includes updates from staff.
I don't have any updates at this point. We are going through all of the zoning comments. Had a meeting with Arista yesterday, and we have another one scheduled next week. So we're just kind of plugging through all the different questions. So I should have an update for you in the next couple of weeks when we can schedule the next meeting.
Great.
Any other questions for me?
Do you anticipate that meeting being, and again, we talked about this a little bit, but I think that there were a few topics that continuously came up out of that, out of all the people present. Do you see that as another workshop session or coming straight to the boards to do that conversation that way?
I think it's going to come straight to the PZC and then to the board. for the PZC to consider it once we get through all the questions. That is subject to change, though, as we go through all of them. We received some great comments and questions, so we're maybe about a quarter of the way through them. We need a little extra time. But I'll find out for sure. Do you have a recommendation?
I offer it again on the parking variances. There was the most discussion there to then bring it into these groups for ultimate vote separately of each other when there can be guidance that comes forward and doesn't cause undue consternation, because again, I think we started to hear where that group that's going to be voting on it was going. Doesn't mean everybody will go that way, doesn't mean that the conversations wouldn't occur. But I think ultimately that process could be very important for the community, rather than driving a narrative or a conversation around something that's very positive, like the rewrite, to be bogged down on a few things that are hot topics that might have already been thought through by the larger voting group.
Sure.
That's all.
And I'll bring that to Arista. There is no specific roadmap we have to follow. So if there's another public meeting, a joint meeting that would be beneficial, we can certainly do that. I'll bring that to her attention.
Sure. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you, no problem. I don't have anything further.
Anything else? Great. Do I have a motion to close the regular meeting of the Planning and Zoning Commission for September 25th at 7:16?
So moved.
Second?
Commissioner Evans.
Aye.
Commissioner Miller.
Aye.
Commissioner Svoboda.
Aye.
Commissioner Straker.
Aye.
Commissioner Weber. Aye. Chairperson Grund.
Aye. Thanks. Good luck.